Brewers. Today, Jacob and I are reviewing some more beers from one of our favorite breweries, Humble Sea. If you have not heard of this brewery or you haven't tried these beers, I suggest you stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jacob.
And today, yes, we're reviewing more beers from Humble Sea Brewing Company, based out of Santa Cruz, California. The reason why we're reviewing more beers from these guys is because we absolutely love them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they just make fire beers. And to be honest with you, I've waited 3 years for them to get into the distribution ring. And they're finally delivering cans to my favorite bottle shop, Mr. K's in Anaheim. And so I'm able to pick these suckers up. And I want to share with you guys just how much I love these beers. So, By the way, haven't tried any of these before. I already know I'm going to like them. But bias aside, let's crack them open. So, let's just stop by each beer first real quick. We have a West Coast IPA. We have 2 Hazy double IPAs, and we got the big boy. We got a Hazy TIPA.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit of disclosure ahead of time. If you guys recognize our attire, that is because we've recorded about 4 episodes before this, so we also are a little saucy, so don't mind our sloppiness. We're still going to give you some non-biased beer reviews. If anything, I feel like I get more honest with the more I drink. So,
Maybe.
I'm going to say that this is a benefit to you, the viewer. So, anyways, I think we're going to start from this side and work our way that side. I think that's probably the safest way to go, right? So, we're going to start with the West Coast.
West Coast.
West Coasty. So just to cover with you guys, this beer is called Elon Mollusk, and it's a double dry hopped West Coast IPA at 6.6%.
Wow, that's very reasonable for a double dry hopped West Coast, I feel.
Holy shit.
Cool.
And I gotta say,
damn, she clear.
Yeah, double dry hopped and she clear, homies.
Yeah, West Coast.
West Coast.
Woo.
You guys can see the head. It looks beautiful, soapy, tiny bubbles.
So West Coast. Oh yeah, that's just piney and bitter.
There's like some papaya goodness in here,
a little bit
too.
of fruity things going on. But it's very clearly West Coast, though.
Mosaic and cashmere. There we go.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Good?
Yeah, it smells great. Cheers.
Ooh. Ooh.
God damn, dude. These guys don't miss. This is fantastic. 6.6%. It's kind of light. It actually tastes a little bit lighter than 6.6%, if I'm not mistaken, but we also, again, have had a lot to drink today.
I was actually thinking this is actually very bitter for 6.6%.
Well, there you go.
This is like very clearly in the West Coast IPA category. If you are one of those beer drinkers who are like, I'm over hazy, I need some fucking bitterness, this is doing it for you. Like, get this boy. Yeah, Elon Mollusk. I think probably tastes a lot better than the actual human being. You should maybe look up this beer. Yeah, definitely solid. Would recommend. I myself am getting a pretty substantial bitterness from it. So if you are that kind of West Coast purveyor of IPA, this is for you.
Well, guys, we are on to beer number 2, and it's time to enter the Hazy IPA category. The next beer up is called Send It. This is a double dry hopped foggy double IPA brewed with Galaxy Sabro and Simcoe hops. Now, I actually brewed with Sabro recently. Yeah. Great coconut profile, so that just tells me right now that this is probably going to be very tropical. You got Galaxy, so probably some dank pineapple. Simcoe. Yeah, this is probably going to be pretty tasty. So yeah, send it. Send it! By the way, Jacob's a little scared. Again, many beers were had before this episode, so don't judge us.
I mean, I want to give you all quality content, but I can only do that so well.
It's hard in these times, so give us a little bit of a break. We're still trying to be as honest and non-biased as possible, but, you know, taste buds are taste buds.
Sometimes alcohol gets in the way of that.
I just want to point out, beautiful golden orange color.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good. Pretty soapy head, too. It's not quite thick. But it sticks around.
Yeah,
it sticks around. I got a lot of like legs hanging out.
Yeah.
It's sticking around. It looks pretty good. So, yeah.
Ooh.
Damn, dude! I swear to God, guys, if you have not tried a beer with Sabro hops in it, you have to try it because it is just so signature, right? I just get that creamy coconut mouthfeel out of...
Yeah, creamy is definitely... It's so, like, smooth. There's a lot of flavor going on. Very punchy.
I'm getting very mild dankness from the Galaxy hops, but I'm still getting a lot of pineapple. This is almost pina colada-esque.
Yeah, that's a really good comparison.
It's almost pina colada-esque.
Yeah. In terms of being like a hazy IPA, this is not necessarily, I guess maybe what the standard might be. I think pina colada is actually a bit closer on. It's like a bitter pina colada. There's definitely some bitterness going on. But like that kind of coconut, pineapple, bitter sort of realm of hops. Yeah, that's what this is doing. And it's fun. It's tasty. I think this is probably closer to that like hybrid East Coast, West Coast kind of thing, because there is a pretty substantial bitterness coming from it. But
decent amount.
It's also really fucking fruity and really flavorful. It just finishes very bitter, like way at the end.
I will agree with them. The actual body of this beer is like creamy coconut, pineapple, Dole Whip, like tropical paradise kind of mouthfeel. And as you kind of start to enjoy that and it starts to fade away, you're left with this just like slight residual bitterness, which is actually, I enjoy it. Because like the finish is still pretty clean too, especially for a hazy IPA. So the bitterness, like although it lingers, it's kind of like a reinforcer to like, hey, dude, take another sip. Sure, no problem. I'll do it. So yeah, damn, that was a good one. So I guess we're gonna finish these and go on to the next one.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we can't stop now. We've already started. So we got another hazy double dry hop double IPA. This one is called Hazy. It is 8.1%, and it looks like it's a collaboration with Ruse Brewing. I honestly have never heard of that brewery before, so that's cool. I definitely love that Humble Sea does a lot of collaborations because one, they make good beer, and two, usually they make good beer with other good breweries. So it'll be a fun introduction to a brewery we've never heard of.
Yeah.
BT dubs. Jacob and I are both struggling at this moment.
You know.
You never struggle to drink beer. You struggle to drink beer and actually have to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's the difference. This is hard work, folks. This is hard work. Believe it or not, this is hard work. Anyways, again, I'm just going to point out this beautiful soapy head. They always... Their beers always pour with like this beautiful soapiness. Oh, you're smelling it. Oh, yeah, super aromatic.
Really nice.
Guys, so the hop profile on this has got Rawaka, Nelson, and Mateka. I think you're smelling the Rawaka.
Very New Zealand, okay.
Yeah, very New Zealand forward for sure.
Okay. Yeah, let's get into this then.
Cheers.
Ooh. That's a delightful... Oh my. Of the two hazies, this is... I'm leaning towards this boy.
You prefer that one?
Yeah.
That's funny. I kind of feel the other way.
Okay. Well,
but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Funny story for anybody who's been following this channel for a while. I have this weird situation where every once in a while I try this beer and it's got a hop profile in it, and for whatever reason my taste buds get this like electrical wire feel or broken vacuum cleaner feel.
No, not to this one?
I'm picking it up. It's super mild. It's super mild, so I'm actually still quite enjoying this, but it's kind of floating in the background. And I'm looking at the hop profile. I know it's definitely not Nelson. Manteca, I've had Manteca in tons of beers. I don't think it's Manteca. Rawaka I've only had in a handful of beers, so I'm guessing it's the Rawaka hops. But for any of you like super educated hop guys out there, I get the same thing out of Enigma hops. So if any of you guys out there kind of maybe taste the same thing as me, or you may understand the connection between Enigma and Rawaka, I want to figure this out, because I mean all taste buds are different, and I'm super glad that like you're enjoying it on a level that maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm always curious, like I want to learn. So let me know. But regardless, it's definitely got like dank pineapple.
Yeah.
Super dank pineapple flavor.
I was going to say, if I had to
good.
guess what you didn't like about this, it would have had to be something to do with the like really dank, earthy notes that this has. And I think of the two of us, I'm usually the one that's like totally fine with that dank, earthy quality, and you're usually not a biggest fan of it.
Not necessarily.
So I think that makes sense that I would be more of a fan of this particular beer. And I think that's probably contributing to your like electrical tape kind of notes going on.
You know what? It gets more subtle and subtle as I drink it. Maybe I should drink some more. Maybe I'll just...
I always think that's the solution. Just take bigger gulps.
When in doubt, just drink more, right?
Yeah.
I will say there's definitely like this creamy, pineapple-y, like Dole Whip-ish kind of vibe that I'm getting off of it, which I definitely dig. And again, for those of you guys who haven't tried any Humble Sea beers, one thing that I really like about Humble Sea is just that soft, silky mouthfeel.
Yeah.
They kind of get it right the way that Monkish gets it right, but this doesn't taste like a Monkish beer.
Yeah.
It tastes like a Humble Sea beer.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we got one left. And she's a doozy. Are you ready to go to Springfield? Because we are. See you in a minute. Alright, my dudes, it's time for the final beer. This is a foggy triple IPA. This is called the Shrimpson's Hop Fuse Triple Foggy TIPA. It has Rawaka and Rakau hops, which, by the way, the last beer we had Rawaka, and I'm pretty sure that's where I got that vacuumy vibe. We're about to find out if maybe it's just my taste buds are kind of weird, or I'm psycho, or maybe I'm spot on. I don't know. Holy shit, this is pouring very light.
Yeah.
10.2% by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. If you don't like the way that I pour, by the way, eat my shorts. Again, another soapy head. Very soapy head.
Wow, that's a great aroma though.
Yeah, great aromatics.
I mean, you know, anytime we do multiple beers in a review, it's always a bit of a marathon. But I'm getting a really great aroma from this triple IPA, which Okay, for triple IPAs, I think I do prefer them to be hazy because there's just something about the West Coast triple IPA that is just too... It ends up being too sweet, too, like, overly boozy, and I'm just not about that.
There's a very small handful of triple West Coast IPAs that get it right, like Pliny the Younger is the first one I think of. But that's like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
I gotta point out though, the head all of a sudden died.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Within seconds. This is very unlike the other 3 beers that we had.
Yeah.
However, the aromatics are still pretty...
Oh, yeah.
Pretty spot on. Yeah. Smells like fucking pineapple juice, man. If I'm being real, it just smells straight up like gold,
hoppy pineapple juice. Yeah.
All right, let's dig in.
Oh yeah. Woo. There is like a bit of a like tingliness, like a like a brightness about it that makes me think that this is not at all a sessionable beer, and it is something that I should be watching out for.
Yeah, there's something about this beer where it definitely gives you that like red flag warning vibe, like, hey dude, this is not a 7 or 8%. This is definitely more in dangerous territory. You're entering shark-infested waters. Swim away. Like that kind of deal. But not in a negative way necessarily. I wouldn't say necessarily swim away from this beer because it is very, very good.
Yeah, it's tasty. It just lets you know you're gonna be feeling things as you're drinking this beer. This is by no means a sessionable beer. This is the opposite of that.
This is have 2 and go to bed.
Yeah. There is a reason why we're sharing this whole, category of beers, is because we would not be able to make it through otherwise. So, yeah.
I gotta say, a part of me with the whole Shrimpsons vibe, I'm picturing Homer Simpson drinking this beer, and he would probably chug it, and then someone would tell him that it's 10.2%, and he'd just be like, dope. This beer is really good. It's got great tropical notes. It's definitely got like a solid malt backbone. It's not just like super boozy and super hoppy. It definitely has a really good malt profile to it. And it's not hard to drink, per se, but you definitely know that this is higher in the ABV realm.
Oh, yeah.
And this is just like, I mean, to be honest with you, this is just like many triple IPAs. There's maybe a handful of TIPAs that I've had where you don't know that they're TIPAs. Like very few. Most of them, they have that kind of like slightly boozy vibe to it.
Oh, yeah. I think, actually, this boy, the Hazy, possibly might have been my favorite, right up with Elon Musk, Mollusk. So, number 1 and number 3 probably were the standouts for me. This is a little bit too boozy. Number 2 was just, I don't know, not quite what I wanted in Hazy, but 1 and 3... hit it for me. So
yeah, and I'm very, very close to Jacob. I actually am between 1 and 2. The 3, like I said, there's something about that hop variety, and it's kind of funny because this has Rawaka in it as well, and I'm not getting the vacuum cleanery vibe, and I thought I was gonna get it, so now I'm really confused. I don't know, my taste buds maybe are off, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? However it tastes to you, it's how it tastes to you. So, there you have it. That's the end of our most recent beer review of Humble Sea Beers. We love their beers, and we're going to continue to show you guys random beer reviews of their shit because, well, we love their beer, and the more we get of it, we want to share it with you because we want you to drink it.
Yeah.
BT Dubs, we are not sponsored by Humble Sea. We are not sponsored by Mr. K's, who is the bottle shop that provides us with these delicious elixirs. but we're gonna give them a shout out anyways because they fucking get the good shit.
They do.
So if you live in SoCal, you live in Orange County, you live anywhere near Mr. K's, go to Mr. K's, buy their shit. If you live in NorCal, you live by Santa Cruz, I'm telling you, check out Humble Sea. Their beer is dope. Period. We ain't looking for money. We ain't looking for problems. We just like good beer. We want to share it with you. That's why we're here. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up. Share with your friends. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the support. It encourages us to make more episodes like this one, especially with, you know, multiple delicious, delectable beers. It's always a win.
Yeah.
And with that being said, we'll see you next time on Let's Have Some Beer. Cheers. Ooh, that was good. Double clank.
Yeah.
Meow.
Welcome back, guys. You ever had a margarita and think, but what if there's beer in it? Well, today I took over the channel again, so we're making beer cocktails. Let's have some beer cocktails.